Hi every okay. Hi everyone. This is Ramona coming back at you. I know I look a mess, but it's okay. It's like 9:20 at night. My son's not here. He went down to see his friend, so he'll be back soon. So I just figured, let me just make a quick video. And I know that I was going to make a different kind of video earlier today, but it got interrupted. Oh my God, it was crazy. Um, it was just a nutcase day. It was a nutcase day from the time my eyes opened up in the morning till now. It was just a nutcase day. And I actually had a beer today because and I like never drink. I think that's like my first drink since sometime in the winter time. So, yeah, I was just like, I need a drink today. And on top of that, it was such a day. And then it was like 90 degrees. And then on top of that, I didn't get like any sleep. Well, I got sleep, but not like I went to bed like around 2 o'clock in the morning and woke up at 7:30. I don't know. And it's been consistently doing that. So it's just today, and I'm okay usually when that happens. But like, usually after doing that several days, you get like it just creeps up to you, and then you're just like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. But it was just one of those days, boy. Um, wow. So I just wanted to tell you about my day really quick. I wasn't. It was going to be like a lazy day. My son has not missed one day of his camp, not one day. But you ever been so exhausted where you're just like, I think I'm just gonna hang up everything today and just be me, right? But then I was just thinking, like, okay, either be relaxed for like 10 minutes, because usually I like to wake up early and have my cup of coffee, get on the internet, and have my hookah with my e-cigarette, right? And just chill, relax, and greet the morning. But it just didn't happen. As soon as I went to go sit down to relax, I looked at the clock. It was like 8:15. I'm like, holy, I have to get up and I have to get Nicholas dressed and get going. So I did that. I'm sitting outside again. The stupid bus, right? It's every morning, every freaking morning. It's about a half an hour late, right? Can I just tell you, like, the first 2 hours of his when his camp started, the first 2 days, the bus was 2.5 hours late. Then it was consistently an hour, then up to a half an hour into 45 minutes. It fluctuates. And I'm like, today I don't have time. I don't have time to sit here for half an hour to 45 minutes waiting for his school bus. So I'm like, I waited about 20 minutes and I'm like, I gotta go. So I came upstairs and I had to straighten up and everything because they had knocked on my door early in the morning and they were like, "Oh, we're going to put in a new counter. We're going to redo your countertop kitchen and the kitchenette as well," which is awesome. But they didn't tell me that they were going to come, and I don't like to leave anybody else in my apartment. This is like a story, but yeah, it was just kind of crazy. So I'm just like, okay, okay. So later, after I finished cleaning, they still didn't come because I guess they're doing other people's apartments because I'm not the only one that have is waiting, right? So I decided to call the school bus depot, and guess what? The bus never even came to his bus stop today. I guess it was a stand-in bus driver who didn't know where the address was, and so decided just to go off past my son's bus stop. So I would have been waiting down there anyways for like 2.5 hours just sitting there like waiting. It was just crazy. So I brought him home and I'm just like, oh my God, like so the day begins, right? Long story short, I got to a point and I didn't even eat all day, and now it's like 2 o'clock. So I go and I meet my son at his work because we need to go get set up a savings account for him. Now this is my first time that I'm doing this, so I didn't know what was expected. Now, I've been trying to open a bank account for him for 3 days, but I couldn't, number one, I couldn't find my ID. I found my ID eventually after a couple of days. So annoyed. Guess where my ID was? It was inside a novel that I just happened to bring with me on one particular day. I must have slipped my ID accidentally. Instead of putting it in the pocket, I must have slipped it inside the book, the novel. I don't know what made me look through. I don't know what made me look in the book, but it was there. Crazy. Because mind you, I don't read. I used to be, if I had show you all the books that I have in both of my closets, which I'm going to go through and throw out tons of books, but I used to be a big, huge reader. I am not a reader anymore. I haven't been for many, many years. But I wanted to try to pick it up again, and I happened to throw that book in my purse, but I am not going to read a book. Get it. So it was just weird that I thought that maybe my ID was in there. So today I went in there to open the ID, and so you know what the guy said? The guy goes like this. He's like, "Oh my gosh, it's a helicopter." I would show you guys, but you can't see. It's like pitch dark out. But anyways, yeah. Then he was. You know what he said to me? He goes like this. He was like, I go like this. I'm like, well, he has his ID. I have my ID. Let's do this, right? He was like, well, what's his social security number? And I'm like, you didn't tell me that I had to bring his social security number. He was like, it's just logic. It's just logic that you would bring his social security card. And I'm like, it's logic to you because you are an accountant. This is your job. It's always up here in the forefront. 24 hours, 7 days a week, this is your job. For me, it's not my job. I wouldn't think to bring his social security card because you told me that he's going to have to link his, because he's underage, he has to link his account with my account. So I wouldn't think that he would need his social security card. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but then again, it doesn't. But like, like if you go through an agency, right? Whatever it is, you're going to see whoever, a lawyer or whatever. They give you a list like you need to bring A, B, C, and D. Do not come back here without it. You need A, B, C, and D. They give you a list of what needs to be brought in. And yeah, he chose not. Luckily, it worked out. I had called someone who happened to have a social security card. So we linked them together, but it was nuts, man. And I just had an attitude with him today. Now, if you know me, I don't really have attitudes with people, but I just let him know. I'm like, why would you not, make sure that I'm prepared, that I would come in here with what I need to bring. Like, let me know, because you only said I need my IDs. He has his, I have mine. Like, what, and I'm just giving him, I'm coughing at this attitude with him. I don't know, like, I just think, everybody's just everybody has these days, nuts, man. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, I guess I was like just not in a mood because I was giving him attitude, after that. Anyways, I was just like, you know what it is? It's just, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I've had a long day. Since the day started, I opened my eyes and my feet touched the floor. I've been going, going, going. I haven't eaten. I'm exhausted, and it's 90-degree weather. Maybe it's not 90s, but it felt like 90-degree weather. Oh God. So we left out of there, and then we decided to go up Stop and Shop and get some like these subs that are really awesome, right? It should have been like a bam, 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 like get my stuff and then leave out of there, right? I was at the deli, and this is not an exaggeration. I was at the deli for 1 hour because I had told him, I was like, listen, there's no Italian subs over there. Could you please make me an Italian sub? Now, he's new on the job. He's not that new because I've been going, whenever I go to Stop and Shop, which is about 3 times a week, he's always there. So he's not, excuse me, Serena, he's always there. He's not that new where this guy, I don't know. I don't know how old this guy is, but I'm just like, what is wrong with you? You can't make, you're like, what? You're probably like 20 years old. You've been walking this earth for 20 years old. You've never heard an Italian sub and you don't know how to make it? Then he says to me, well, we just ran out of bread. I'm like, isn't this a super Stop and Shop? Like, what do you mean you ran out of bread and you can't make it, right? So it's just it's just crazy funny, right? Okay, so he's like, um, well, I don't know, like, I don't even know how to make an Italian bread. I go like this, I'm like, well, just put some, that meat with the white dots in there. Like, he knew what I was talking about. I forgot the name of it, but he knew the meat I was talking about. He's like, yeah, I know that meat. And then I was like, put in some salami and some Virginia ham, let's call it a day. And I'll also put the vegetables in there. And just call it a day. Go, go, go. You know, I didn't say it like that to him, but I'm talking to you guys fast because I just want to get all of this out, right? I'm like super hyper. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so what happened? Yeah, like this guy. So I finally called the manager over because like he's actually he pulls out a manual on how to make an Italian sub. I'm like, are you serious? Like, no, you didn't just pull out a manual. Like, could you? He was like, well, I'm just gonna pull out this manual so I can make the sub the way we're supposed to be making this sub. And I'm like, okay, great. Just whatever you have to do. Come on, come. I just need my sub because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. I just need to go. God. Two managers had to come over, and she brought the bread, right? It's not the usual bread that we use, but at this point, I don't give two craps. I'm just like, slap it together, let's go. Mind you, this is like the time's ticking. I think it was like over an hour. I'm not joking. Yes, at the deli, I'm the only fool who's ever been at the deli for like a little over an hour. But it was because I was starving and I was hungry and this just wasn't right. So, okay, so he has the bread now, right? And the manager said, whatever she wants on it, just put on it and let's go, right? She walks away. And so I turned to my son. I'm talking to him for 5 minutes because the sandwich should, at this point, he has the bread. He knows what he's supposed to put on it. But at this point, I'm talking to my son for about 5 minutes. I turned around. Guess what? He hadn't even opened the bread yet. Now, this is where I lost my patience, and I started yelling at him. I'm like, what's the matter with you? I was like, you haven't even opened that bread yet. You haven't even opened the bread. I've been standing, you've had that bread from now for like 5-6 minutes, and you have everything set up. You haven't even opened the bread. Now I'm getting upset because you're taking up my time. You're here. You're getting paid for what you're doing, but I'm standing here. I'm trying to get the food that I need to get so I can eat. Could you please? I lost it. I don't know. That's not me to do that. I think that I was just had it up to here. I was stressed. I was tired. I was hungry. And yeah, after I had seen that bread sitting there for that long, I'm like, you know. And I let him have it. I'm like, come on, like, He finally makes the sandwich, right? He finally makes this. I know this is going a long time, but this is my frustration. This is my frustration. Then I also want to show you some other things because So what happened? Okay. So I told his coworker. I said, "Excuse me, could could you make sure?" Because he didn't. You know what? He didn't ask me about the cheese. He didn't ask me what kind of cheese I wanted on there, and he does know that's supposed to be provolone, right? And so he walks over, while he's walking over to his friend who's making the sandwiches, his friend is now carrying the sandwiches up to me. And I heard him say, uh, did you put cheese on that sandwich? And then the guy who was making the sandwich he was like, no. But he was kind of like, whatever. And he's like, no. And then when he came over to me, even though I heard that, I was like, excuse, did you put cheese on the sandwich? You know you're supposed to put provolone on there. There's cheese on there, right? You know what he said to me? He was like maybe 3 feet away from me. He looked me into my eyes. He knew damn well and good there was no cheese on that sandwich. And so he just said, yes, there's cheese on that sandwich. And now I had walked away. I picked up that sandwich. I was like so upset. I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was like a sack, like a hacky sack. It was so light. There was like nothing on the sandwich. He put 2 slices of meat on there. I'm not joking. And the rest was, and then he put lettuce and a tomato. 2 slices of meats, lettuce and tomato. That's all he put on there. And I'm like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And then I had turned my back. I'm walking to my cart, but I'm opening it. Now my son is telling me because my son's facing this way towards the deli. I'm facing away from the deli, but my son told me, he was like, when he saw you opening that sandwich bag, he was like, I gotta get out of here, and he ran into the back. I'm not joking. He ran into the back. I'm like, oh my god. Long story short, which is too late. Anthony was like, bump this. His other coworker. He was like, bump this. I'll help you out. I'll help you out. He slapped that sandwich together so fast, but with lots of meat in there, lots of cheese. It was so friggin' delicious. When I went downstairs and I ate it outside at the tables, that's where I envisioned myself and my children eating it. That sandwich was off the hook. And I went back up to the front when I purchased it, and I made a complaint. Because I told them, I was like, not only was it hard for me to stand there for a little over an hour waiting for a sandwich, but then the guy lies straight in my face. Like, he came out full, like, I don't understand how people can do that when they stare you straight in your eye and tell a bold-faced lie. I'm like, where's the respect? That goes to show me that you have no respect for me. You don't give a shit if I don't have any. If I'm paying for what you said that I have, like, no customer satisfaction whatsoever. Like, you just stood there and you told me a bold-faced lie. Why? Because you're fed up. You've been making that sandwich for an hour. Not my fault. Like, if you don't know what the hell you're doing. You've never made a sandwich in your damn life? Is he seriously living with mama and daddy? Do they make all his food? Because he looks soft. I don't mean to be rude like that, but yeah, I think a little bit I am, because I was just so upset. That just made me so upset. And I never lose it like that. I never lose it like that. But I lost it. I really didn't. And everybody's looking at me, but I made it very clear that no, when you're standing there for an hour, a guy who is trying to figure out how to make a sandwich has to look at I forget what he called it, but a book on how to make sandwiches. And then lies straight in my face like, are you being kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay. Now, you guys might not want to hear that huge rant, but I'm just going to put it out there. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. So this is another topic, okay? So, lately I haven't been eating the greatest. I have not been eating the greatest. And I think that I always drink milk and cheese and, like, dairy products. I've never had a real problem with dairy products except, like, yogurt and ice cream, right? But I love ice cream. I love ice cream. I love it to death, right? But I'm not. I know this is TMI, but, like, whenever I eat ice cream, like, I eat it and then I throw it up a little bit. I know it's gross, and I never admit to myself that, Ramona, you're allergic to this stupid ice cream. Why do you even eat it? You're intolerant. You're throwing, as soon as I'm eating it, I'm throwing it back up because I'm, like, intolerant. So I haven't been, like, and plus I was been eating shellfish, which I have an allergy to that, and I can eat regular fish, but shellfish, no, I cannot eat shellfish. Pisser, right? So I know that I have not been eating well, and I feel kind of sluggish and big, like, you know what I mean? But I know that's water, and it's me swelling from eating things that I'm not supposed to be eating. Okay. So I decided to go on a 3-day cleanse just to feel better, because I just feel, like, really bloated and just not right, like, just feeling really, really ugh. Okay. Now, this is, like, for people who actually do juice. They juice, they cleanse, things like that. You guys might be interested in knowing this little secret. It pisses me off that, everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody's looking for a good deal. Everybody's looking, oh, this is really heavy. Everybody's looking for um, how to save money, and nobody likes to get ripped off, and it does upset me when I hear there's like a new fad, right? So juicing, right? I mean, this fad it's not a fad. It's not a fad, but the idea of juicing to the masses, it's pretty much new to a lot of people. And they may have known about it for years, but they're like really like paying attention to it. Like, this is not crazy like diet or anything like that. It's just about resetting your body back to a place where you need to be in order to be healthy. And so people are setting up these businesses, bottling up these juices, and selling them for insane amount of money, like $300 for like a 3-day cleanse. And it's insane. And people go out of their way, and they purchase this stuff because they think like, ooh, vegetables are a new kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? you know, and or they're like, yeah, but I don't want to buy a juicer, and I don't want to have to juice it myself, and because I buy a juicer, and even I bought a juicer. You live and you learn. I bought a juicer. I juice some of my things. Carrots and apples are really great, and they extend a long time when you're juicing them, and they give you a lot of juice. You know what I mean? But other vegetables like kale and all that business, it does not give you like anything. You can't juice bananas or anything like that. You can't do anything of that. So I wanted to like let you guys in on a secret on how to save money if you wanna juice and not spend $300 on these guru juices from these companies. Like, they're ripping you off, people. Vegetables and juices are not a new thing. You don't have to spend gold money like buying gold. This is, this is juice. This is like, okay, look at this. Okay, now I went to my store, right? I went to the regular supermarket, and I started looking around on some juices. Now, knowledge is power, okay? Knowledge is power. Just make sure that everything you buy is 100% juice. 100% juice. Now this one, and you will be absolutely fine. That's all you're getting. The same places that you're buying spending $300 with them for a 3-day cleanse, you can spend $3.99. I think I paid like $3.99 for this. Now this is the only one that says 75% juice only, and that's because there's 25% water in here. Okay, you need water in order to, you know, get the juice from any leafy vegetables. You have to add water. They boil it. They get all the essence of the they get all the essence out of the leafy vegetable, and then they press it. And they can only do that with water. So this is the only one. It's green. Okay, it's V8. Sorry about my nails. It's V8, and it's healthy greens. See the picture? We can all trust in V8. And then the back of it, it tells you what's in there. This is all green, so it has green apples, yellow carrots, 11 and 3/4 cups of spinach leaves, and a half cup of cucumbers, celery, kale, spinach, green bell peppers, and romaine lettuce, and a hint of pineapple to make it taste good. This is $3.99, and it's I must have dropped this. It's 46 fluid ounces. Now, if you go to those guru $300 sites, the bottles they're about 16 ounces in there. If that, some of them are 12 ounces. They're ripping you off, people. Go to your local market and look for these things. Oh, and this is new. Yeah. So this is what you do. Make sure that, and oh, when I said knowledge is power, because as long as you know how to read the labels, you're great. Make sure it says 100% juice. We already explained the 75% in this one. And then when you read the ingredients, make sure that the top ingredients on here are all what it says it is. Apples, whatever I said, carrots, pineapple. Those should be in the top ingredients. If it's not, and if it says preservatives and rock balls, oxygens, oxygontons, I don't know, you know what I mean, like all those preservatives, dump it, it's trash. And this one over here, the first ingredient is spinach puree, yellow carrot, water, and then concentrated fruit juices, which is the apples, pineapples, and citric acid. You know, on and on and on. Like, that's healthy, healthy, healthy. Don't buy anything when you can't read it. All those preservatives, you're tripping over your words. Dump it. It's no good. So this is really good. I want to show you. So I wanted to do, I think I got 2 of those because I want to really do the kale, like, you know, green stuff. But I also want to do, oh yeah, I did. I bought 2. I'm getting out of my son's backpack. They were too heavy to carry in the bag, so. Okay, so this one, what does this say? 100% juice, again, VA. This one is peach and mango. Now, and by the way, I have a juicer at home, but I promise you, I've been there, done that. I've done the juicing myself. So, like I said, carrots and apples, you get tons of juice out of that, but the other vegetables, you're just not. I would have to juice like 200 mangoes in order to fill this up. I'm not joking. And I don't even think 200 would they'll probably get like that much, half of it. I'm not joking. It's really expensive to juice. Been there, done that, you know, and I'm okay. I spent that money on that juicer. I spent tons of money on vegetables and juicing. And sometimes you have to learn that lesson. You have to learn that lesson and go, you know what I mean? I probably wouldn't appreciate this if I didn't go that route, you know. So yeah, it's 100% juice for the peach and mango. And also, this has here, this is 100% vitamin C, 20% vitamin A, not a lot of calcium or iron. But this is all about vitamin C for most part, and vitamin A. It's good. It's a good. I don't know. I just want to get this over with. Okay, so here's another one. This is real pineapple, and by the way, this is Libby's. This is not V8. Those 3 were V8. This is Libby's, and here it says 100% pineapple juice. Just make sure it says 100% pineapple. And it's 120% vitamin C. No sugars added. I think that I heard, like, make sure that depending on what you're trying to do for your body, you might want to do your research. But like if you're trying to cleanse yourself out of stool and stuff like that, you might want to get like my neck hurts how I'm sitting. You might want to get what's that disgusting brown icky prune juice, and make sure it's 100% prune juice. That'll wipe you out like in a healthy, natural 3-day elimination. You know what I mean? It's not gonna like bam, like knock you out. Like if you were to go take an over-the-counter medication or something. I've done that where I've almost passed out. Like I don't want to go into the whole story, but that's really disgusting. But yeah, this is doing the fruits and vegetables is like the best route. And depending on what you're doing, high fiber, and sometimes you want to do low fiber. It depends on what your body needs. Like your body, this is really good. Pineapple is really, really good if you have an issue with water retention. you drink a lot of this, you're going to pee out all the water that's in your body. And then it also gives you like 120. My leg hurts. I'm sitting. It's also really high in. Let me read. I'm sorry. Could you hold up 1 second? Yeah, it actually even has iron in it. It has calcium, and the most important thing, it has vitamin C. Now, like if you're trying to like lose weight and stuff like that, I don't know. You got to be careful. It's like really high in sugars, but it's all natural sugars, so you know. Okay, and like for the last one, oh no, I have two more. I think no, I have two more. So all this I'm going to be drinking in 3 days. So once again, 100% juice. This is strawberry and banana. Banana obviously has potassium. I think strawberry has vitamin A in it, and it also has iron. 100% vitamin C, 50% vitamin A. That's really good. And 10% vitamin E, which is really good for you. So, again, 100%. Look at the labels. See if that like the first ingredients is what it says on here. It should be bananas and strawberries and perhaps water. Okay, that's what should be on the top, and it is. So V8 is really good. Is really good. And then like the last one, I'm gonna be like so full drinking all this. It's like all that. I have three, two, four, five, six. I'm gonna be drinking 6 of these in 3 days, just like to cleanse myself out. But I will not be hungry. So this is. I didn't want to overdo it with the. I have like 2 bottles of vegetables and this one, which is like actually the regular V8, you know, the tomatoes and blah, 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 blah. We all know that one. It's the original. It says 100% vegetable juice. So V8 is a really great brand. They also, for if you're looking for vegetables, V8 is a really good brand. And so, yeah. Okay. So I just want to tell you guys, don't. YouTube is a really wonderful, awesome place, and it's a place to get inspired for the most part. And when you're watching other people on YouTube's and their camera's perfect, they have like these expensive Canon um, Canon cameras with their light and everything, and they look so beautiful, and they're dressed so wonderfully, and they look like they have their shit together, and it inspires you to want to copy them, and like, damn, I want to look like she does, like, you know. And even I do that. I'm like, wow, she looks really great, so healthy. She looks so, it's like, and I'm like, what does she do and stuff like that. Yeah. And you get like really tempted, like. Then they'll have like the sites down below. They'll have like the links that obviously they're getting paid for, but still, it's not that it's a bad product, you know. But they'll have the links down below, and you go and click on them, and then especially like the big fad as far as guru goes is talking about, and not that it's a fad, but the talking about it is the fad. You know what I mean? Which is juicing. And then they want you to go and spend. I visited those sites, and I'm like, that is insane, absolutely insane. Nobody had, and like a lot of these people are watching, and they're like 20 something or 18 or younger, but you know what I mean. They're in like that bracket, and they want to be as beautiful as that girl sitting there. You know what I mean? And they will break the bank. They will break the bank, and they will go and spend all their money on $300. Um, they will spend like $300 on juicing. Don't do it, people. This is the way to do it. If you want to go on a juice, you should not break the bank. If you want to go on juice cleanse, this should not. Oh, my son's here, so I'm gonna actually get ready to go. Don't break the bank. Go do what your grandmother did, which is drink prune juice. Make sure it's 100% V8. Make sure it's 100% And they also have like the new juices and the greens and all this. And these are new, but you know, you don't break the day. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up and mwah, mwah, love everybody. It's a crazy day, and I hope that you guys didn't mind too much of my rant earlier, but that was insane. Okay, bye everyone.